everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today my video is ranking the Irresistible Givenchy perfumes. There's quite a few in this range now, and there is a new one that just came out called Nude Velvet, so I'm going to be reviewing that as well as part of this range review. If you are new here, then hello and welcome. I'm all about perfumes. I have hundreds, over 1,000 videos like this, not just going through perfume ranges, but new releases, perfume notes, perfumers. So do check out my other content. And if you're a regular, do make sure you're subscribed and give the video a thumbs up. That really helps me. And I'll leave the links in the description box where you can get the whole range, where they're available around the world. I've got this new one and the rest of the range actually from Look Fantastic, where you can use my code LFTFSOKI in the UK to get up to 21% off on top of discounts that are already there. Cool, so if you're a regular here on my channel, you'll know that Givenchy is one of my favorite perfume brands. I tend to really love the perfumes they come out with, and I find that they're really good quality and good for lasting, which you guys know is my thing. A while ago, sort of 10 years ago, they had these very irresistible perfumes, and there was one called Elixir that was purple that I absolutely loved. I love Ange Demon, Les Secrets Elixir. And then a few years ago, they came out with Irresistible Givenchy, so not to be confused with Very Irresistible, which has always come in these long tall bottles like pink and purple, though I see that they have stopped making those bottles and they've re-released it in a bottle similar to this but just taller. So I'll try and get those and do a review of those for you guys. But this video is about Irresistible Givenchy, not Very Irresistible. This is why I wanted to make a perfume channel, because it's so confusing to like the normal customer looking to buy a perfume. It's so many different names and versions. So original Irresistible Givenchy Eau de Parfum. Again, if you're a regular here, you'll know that it's one of my favorite perfumes. It has a really beautiful pear note in the opening, which I love pear. Juicy, fruity, aquatic, fresh. And then it's a really beautiful rose. Now, normally I don't love rose in perfumes, but here it's just super refreshing and fresh, and it really reminds me of when I was in Vienna. I stumbled across a rose garden. It was the middle of summer and it was the morning, and there was all this dew on the roses, and it was the first time I really like smelt a fresh, like aquatic-y rose scent, and then this came out and it was just perfect. So I love this. I've been through loads of bottles of this. I also love the hair mist as well, spray it in my hair. This isn't widely available. It seems to come in and out of stock. But I love the original, so I'm always curious as what they're gonna release next. And in terms of ranking, original Eau de Parfum is my personal favorite for sure. So second on my ranking list, in second place, is Irresistible Givenchy Very Floral. This has a slightly pinker liquid, and this essentially is just all about the rose. It doesn't have that pear note in, but it does have a bit of a warm ombre musk in the base, which is quite cozy and cashmere-y. But what this does have is a little bit of a noticeable iris note, which adds a bit of powder. I personally don't like iris and powder fragrances, though they are quite on trend at the moment, which is why this comes in second for me. But it is an Eau de Parfum and it performs okay, not as good as the original, but okay. Number 3, I would rank Irresistible Givenchy Eau de Toilette Eau Fresh. This one is much lighter, being an eau de toilette, and there's a hint of orange in the opening rather than pear, and then that rosy and then that musky powdery note underneath. But I love orange in perfume, so that's why this gets number 3. But being an eau de toilette, I find it doesn't perform well. And then in fourth place, I'm gonna just put the Irresistible Givenchy Eau de Toilette. This one again is just a very simple, clean rose with a bit of muskiness, very light, and again it doesn't have that pear in that I love, so it's like a lesser version of the original. I think it's like, just get the original, not this version. So then more recently we had Rose Velvet released, and that one has this different bottle colour that has the colour, the pink on the inside. This one, again, there's no fruity top note here really at all. There's meant to be some blackcurrant. I don't really get the blackcurrant. For me, it goes straight into a rose and then quite a lot of that powdery iris note. There's also a hint of patchouli with the iris as well. So for me, mixing rose with iris makes it a little bit more, I find iris quite a dated note, like powdery, a bit old-fashioned. I just don't like it, but this is a good perfume. It performs well. If you like Iris, it's worth trying out. But yeah, it's just, it personally, for me, my ranking, I don't like Iris. If you like things like Lancome, La Vie Belle, Iris Absolue, it's that kind of vibe. And then lastly, we have this Nude Velvet, which has more of a nude, you know, creamy color rather than a pink color to the bottle. This really reminds me of things like the Narciso perfumes that come in the square. It's really powdery, lots of iris again. I don't really get the rose in this at all, and there's nothing fresh about it. It's really very, very powdery. To me, it smells kind of like talcum powder, just super, super irisy, earthy, and yeah, it's just not my cup of tea at all. I've been wearing it today, it arrived this morning, and it is projecting. I can smell it, so it is performing like an eau de parfum, which is good, but it's not to my personal taste at all. And it's confusing because perhaps you have the original and you think, oh, well, this is in the same range, so it's going to be similar. It's completely different. It has like nothing in common. So I just think that's quite confusing from Givenchy. So basically they released the first one, I loved it, and none of their other releases have come anywhere close. So I just stick with the original, which I love. If you love pear like me, you'll definitely like this. It's so beautiful. I do think overall though, they are a nice range. I like the bottles, the eau de parfums perform well. It's just all this iris just is not to my taste. So is this new one Soki approved? Yes, it's performing well, and if you like iris, you'll like this. It's just not to my personal taste. This, by the way, is a 35ml. It cost me about £70, I think. And then the big size is like an 80ml, so they're like weird mil sizes. But guys, let me know what your ranking would be. Which is your favorite from the range? Are you a fan of the original like me? Let me know in the comments, and they'll all be linked down below, like I said, where you can get them around the world. But that's it, guys. So thanks so much for watching as always, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.